SlapFight Championship Heavy Artillery is about to take place, and here are my predictions on every single matchup on the card. Starting off with Okuma versus Berserker. This is a very good match. I think it's a stylistically a nightmare matchup for Okuma. He doesn't deal very good with powerful hitters, just like Berserker. Berserker has a lot of power. He has showed it in his last three fights. Against two of his opponents, he dropped them, knocked them out, and he dropped the runt in his last fight, which is a very good thing for a Berserker. I don't think Okuma has the best chin. Um, he got dropped 3 times by Slim Reaper. Cannon isn't the most powerful hitter. He's more of a point fighter. But he did take a lot of punishment from Cannon and eat it. I don't trust in the chin of Okuma. He absolutely got battered by Slim Reaper, and Slap Daddy is not a crazy good powerful hitter. So of course he didn't face Okuma, but Berserker, he's not a good matchup for Okuma when it comes to power and all of that. So I think it's gonna be the toughest test for Okuma. I think Berserker is kind of like Slim Reaper, except he's more powerful, but he has less skill and he does more fouls. But I think Berserker's only way to win is a knockout. I think this is gonna happen. I think Berserker will knock out Okuma, but if he doesn't pull the KO trigger like against Runt, I think Okuma could pull a crafty veteran move and win a decision, because Berserker could make a lot of penalties for himself, which could cost him the fight. Next up, Demon versus Sandman. Now, Sandman is new to the game. He made his debut in February in High Velocity. He had a very good showing as against Jon Snow. Uh, he survived 2 hard slaps, got knocked down twice. I think it was twice, but at least once. And for an old man, I don't see much for him. You know, he's not gonna become a champion, in my opinion. But who knows? The question in this fight is gonna be: has Timon has taken a lot of time off. Has he focused that on training focusing on planting his feet on the ground? Because he has had a lot of problems with stepping that cost him the fights previously. Can I trust him to not step? Because if he doesn't step, he's probably gonna knock out Sandman. Sandman doesn't have the greatest of chin. Demon has quite a lot of power. He dropped the hook. Even if it was illegal, he'd still drop the hook. That's not what the bell would say, you know? So it's gonna be either a knockout. If it's clean, it's gonna be a knockout. If it's not clean, it could be no contest. Don't be surprised if there's no contest. But if Demon could not knock out Sandman, I think Sandman could win by a decision. I do not think Demon is gonna win by a decision. This is not something that I think it's gonna happen. I hope Demon wins. I am rooting for Demon in this one, because if he doesn't win, he has a lot of potential. But if he doesn't win, that potential could go to waste. Next up, Mountain Man Donovan Cross from Power Slap makes his SlapFight Championship debut against Big Action. Don't know anything about Big Action. Probably his first ever SlapFight. But what I do know about Mountain Man is he has wins over AJ Hints, and he also has a win over Jesse Nothing from Power Slap. These are not bad uh, wins to have. These are very impressive, and I'm probably gonna pick Mountain Man solely because of that. But he has taken a lot of time away. Maybe he has trained a lot, but I don't know. He has been out for a very long time, but I'm still gonna pick Mountain Man to win this fight. Now the co-main event. Mallet is gonna step up into the lightweight division against Outlaw. This is gonna be the first time Mallet fights at lightweight, and this is gonna be his toughest test. A lot of people, I think, are writing off Outlaw in this one. When the match got announced, I was like, yeah, Mallet is gonna win. But as I was thinking about it, this I think Outlaw's gonna win. He has a lot of KO power. We've seen it against Black Larry. No one has ever dominated Black Larry like that. He dropped Slap Savage 2 times. No one has ever done that. He didn't drop Raven, but no one has ever dropped Raven. I think it's not gonna happen in a long, long time. And he has so much experience now. I think he has worked on his stepping. He doesn't step as much as he used to. He has faced off against one of the he has one of the best resumes. He has faced off against Raven, Runt. He faced off against Cannon on short notice in his debut against Cannon. That's yeah, and then Black Larry. Very good resume. I think Outlaw's got kind of like a good gatekeeper. He ain't getting the title, but he's here to stay. Mallet, he doesn't have a good resume. He has 2 wins over Smiley and 1 win over Scrappy Doo. He even lost to Scrappy Doo, which is not the greatest of losses, but you know. Mallet got wobbled by Smiley in their first ever fight. That worries me because Outlaw has a lot more power than Smiley and a lot cleaner slaps than Smiley. And Mallet could KO Outlaw. Uh, I know Outlaw doesn't have the best of chins, but if Outlaw finds the chin first, I think it's gonna be the toughest test ever against Mallet because Mallet has never faced off against a lightweight, so who knows? But I am really confident in Outlaw getting back to the winning cycle. And now the most awaited main event in a very long time. This could be one of the most hyped main events since White Simba versus Wolverine, which was the first pay-per-view I ever ordered. And it's been a while, so I'm very, very glad. I'm very excited because the main event is gonna be happening in like 1 hour or 2 hours or something like that. And in this fight, we're gonna get a lot of questions answered. I think Neanderthal is on the verge of becoming the SlapFight Championship super heavyweight GOAT, #1 GOAT list. I think he's 1 win away. If he beats the Maniac, he's the GOAT. He has the best resume. If he beats Maniac, he has 2 title defenses tied with the Greasy Hawaiian. And when you look at the title defenses, or you know the opponents they have faced, the Greasy Hawaiian's best win at SlapFight Championship is Highlander. Neanderthal's best win is the Hawk, but also if he beats the Maniac, it's the Maniac. I think if Neanderthal wins, he's the GOAT. But he's facing off against the Maniac. It's a very, very tough test for Neanderthal. I think Neanderthal was injured with a bad injury, um, and this could affect the outcome of this fight. We don't know how he's gonna return because he's been out for a year. I think he was in a surgery. I might be wrong. Neanderthal, meanwhile, to my knowledge, he might have had. I don't know if he has had any injuries, but if he hasn't, then he has focused it on not stepping, because the Maniac, when he started his career, um, he basically straight went into the slapping, and he didn't have much time to prepare his technique. Now he's been out for a year. He's been training. I think. I think he could look a lot better than he did against Grizzly, but it's all down to can Neanderthal finish him because Neanderthal he needs to crack the Maniac. I think he has this style where he beats down his opponents. He doesn't usually get that first round knockout. He had a second round knockout against Big Cracker, but Big Cracker is an old man. He could be Chinny. We never know, and he has been dropped many times before. So that's what Neanderthal should have done. And he broke down Homewrecker with three knockdowns. He broke down Hulk with three knockdowns. That's how Neanderthal fights. The Maniac had a very good performance against the Bouncer. He knocked him down twice and got the Doctor Stoppage win. And his second fight was not a very good performance where he stepped a lot. He got dropped illegally. So it's a fight that's going to answer a lot of questions. And it's a very tricky one. I don't know who might win this. Um, Tim could KO Neanderthal because he got wobbled by Big Cracker. That is not a good look. It was a legal strike, but still, he got wobbled twice by Big Cracker. I mean, the Big Cracker hits hard, but doesn't have a lot of great technique behind it. So who knows? The Maniac could hit harder than Big Cracker. Uh, I am gonna pick Neanderthal by round 60 KO. I think he's gonna drop the Maniac once or twice. The Maniac could drop Neanderthal, uh, but it could be an early finish, or Neanderthal's gonna break down the Maniac and defend his title. Uh, yeah, that's my predictions for this card. After this fight, I might do a full card breakdown, but I have a lot of content planned for this channel. If you want to if you want to suggest something, then be free because you know I don't expect this channel to have a big audience, but we'll see what we make of this. So yeah, goodbye and enjoy the